Good morning, YouTube. Madam Roy back again. Back to you on this very beautiful Thursday, October 13th, 2016. And I'm back to another vlog video for today. I wasn't able to do a vlog yesterday because I had I had half a root canal done. I went to the dentist early in the morning. Mom took me because I don't do well with Novocaine. I can't really drive after I get Novocaine because it makes me very nauseous and dizzy. But it went well. Oh my goodness, I'm just looking at the way the sun's hitting my face. I hope you guys can actually see me. Anyway, I went down there. I had the procedure done, like at least half of it done, and I'm not a big fan of the dentist at all, and this is the first time I've ever had to have a root canal. But I need to go back on Monday. They're going to finish it up. Hopefully that's the last one I'll have to have for a while. Not something I enjoy doing at all. But it's okay. I'm feeling much better today. The Novocaine wore off about 3 or 4 hours after. It takes a while for Novocaine to wear off on me for whatever reason, we don't know. It's the same thing with my dad. But I'm actually heading over to the thrift store. I did go there yesterday, but didn't really find too much. While we were over, after we got my dental work done, we decided to hit up a few of the thrift stores and did find a couple of small things, but nothing too spectacular. I got a 19-inch Dell widescreen monitor, and I also got a Dell Optiplex GX520, which I will go ahead and show you guys later. I only paid $10 for the Dell Optiplex, and I'll be honest with you, it was probably $5 to $10 more than I should have paid for it. For those of you who've never heard of that model, it's similar to the 620, the GX620, which was so popular, except it only takes half the memory, and it removes 2 of the RAM slots. You only get 2 slots instead of 4, and you also cannot upgrade the video card. There is no PCI Express slot, so it's just PCI. So basically you're stuck with the internal onboard graphics. I mean, I'm using it as a backup for my media server, but you know what, it'll get the job done. I did wind up upgrading the processor. Originally it had a Hyperthread Pentium 4 2.8 gigahertz, so basically the slowest of the Hyperthread Pentium 4s. I was able to upgrade the BIOS from version A05 to A11, and that allowed me to put in a Pentium dual core 2.8, and that's the 820. The only issue is, and it's really funny too, I've had this happen with a few other Dells. Right before it boots, it says incompatible processor, hit F1 to continue. All you have to do is hit F1 and it works just fine. So even after the BIOS update, it still sees it as an incompatible processor, mainly because that processor wasn't in existence when that motherboard was created, even though it works just fine. So other than that one little glitch, yeah, I mean, it works okay for a $10 computer. I'm really not complaining too much. Like I said, it's a backup from my music and media server. I put in I think it was a 160 gig hard drive, so nothing huge, but I put all my music on there, and basically if something happens to the Windows 2000 HP Pavilion, then I have everything backed up on this computer, so we'll see what happens. Oddly enough, I did try to upgrade it to Windows 10, but the way that motherboard is configured, it won't work. I can't remember what it was called, but there is a something in the processor that is missing that will not allow me to upgrade it to Windows 10. I think it has something to do with the signature sets, but you know what, that's fine. I'm going to keep it at Windows 7 because, like I said, it's really just a backup right now. Well, I'm almost at the thrift store. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for now, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Talk to you a little later. Well, the thrift store was a bust. I kind of expected it would be. It's a little too early, so I'll check back there a little bit later. But I did find something interesting at Dollar Tree. I remember these from a long time ago, and I never knew that they sold them. I think it must be a new item. They are the StateFair corn dogs. Used to get these all the time at Walmart. My old buddy Russ loved these things, and here you get 2 for $1. They're microwavable. The reason I like these so much is they're actually made with real honey, and you know what? I might do a food review with one of these, tell you guys what I think of them. Basically, it says you microwave them. Let's see if it gets all the instructions. Place corn dog on a microwave safe plate, microwave on high, 40 to 45 seconds until hot. This is interesting. For microwaves lower than 800 watts, add additional 10 to 20 seconds. Now, officially, our microwave is 1,000 watts, but I've actually had to add more time because for some reason, the over-the-counter microwaves or over the stove ones like we have tend to be extremely low powered, even lower than what they say. So we'll have to see. I might go ahead and do a food review on that later. Well, I'm still on my first cup of coffee, and I'm actually a bit more wired than I usually am, so that's a good thing. I am going to head home, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Talk to you a little later. All right, tubers, so I'm heading outside. I want to show you what Dad's been doing with the Plymouth. Actually, he wanted me to show you because it does look really, really good. As I said in the previous vlog, he wanted to go ahead and wet sand this, basically to make it look smoother, and it is coming out really nice. He's not totally done yet, but compared to the other day, as you can see, it is much, much smoother. Now, like I said, he's got to go over it with a little bit more, like a fine grit sandpaper. May have to touch up a few sections, but I mean, this is absolutely incredible. This was an at-home job that he did, and I am totally stunned at how beautiful it looks. He had to do this because when he first got the car, the rockers were kind of rotten, so he had to cut that out and put a little bit of Bondo in there and mold it, which he did a really good job. My dad's really good with body work. And yeah, I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful. This was already pretty much like this. He hasn't done too much with this yet. And actually, if you're here, you can feel this is kind of rough. You can hear me when I move my fingers over there versus when I move my fingers where he wet sanded it. You see, that's kind of smooth. So basically, he's going to eventually get to the whole car. And the car, before he sells it in the spring, may actually be repainted. He hasn't decided yet. But it actually looks pretty decent right now. Pretty much everything else is finished with it. He's got to still put on the trunk lock. He took the old one off because it was like he did it as kind of a joke. He put on a front door handle. It didn't actually have a lock on it, and he wants to make sure it's a little bit more secure. So we're going to go ahead and get a proper lock for this. Probably going to have to search eBay for that. But yeah, it is looking really, really good. He hasn't really gotten to this side yet. You can hear this side still kind of rough. So, yeah, I can't wait. I will definitely keep you guys posted and show you what it looks like when it is complete. Now that I'm back inside, this part of the vlog is primarily for my uncle Pierre, because he had commented about the old rug that we had here, that it absolutely looked horrible, and it did. It looked good with the other floor, but with this new tile floor, it really looked hideous. So the other day, Mom went out and picked up this rug, and I must say it looks a heck of a lot better. Basically matches. I like the way it blends in with the floor. It doesn't really scream like, oh my goodness, there's a rug here, we need to wipe our feet. It's just very subtle, and it's really nice. It's even a little bit smaller. The problem we have with the other rug, it actually would almost cover the vent, and it would be pushed up against the basket with the shoes. And the problem is the cat would kind of go like this, and she would kick the rug over the vent. So basically, we'd come down in the morning, and the vent would be covered by the rug. So, yep, I'm really happy that we have this. I think it'll work well for many years to YouTube. Come. Well, as you can see, I'm back in my room. I don't have too much else to talk about today. I kind of thought this would be a short vlog. I'm still recovering from the root canal, so it's still a little sore. Been trying to kind of just sleep it off. The best thing you can do when you have major dental work is just to kind of sleep it off, because the pain's going to be there for a while, and mine's actually only halfway done. I have to go back Monday and have them actually finish root canal. Right now it's just a temporary filling in there, so it's the first one I've ever had, and I knew it wasn't going to be fun, but the dentist I have is really, really good. He understands a little bit of anxiety people like me have going to the dentist, and tries to make it as comfortable as possible. He's really cool too. He's got he actually has a TV in where he does the work right near the dentist chair, so can listen to you know, different programs. We were actually watching Green Acres while he was working on my mouth yesterday, and I thought that was really, really cool. It's very unusual to find a dentist as good as that. I've been to several different dentists, especially when I lived in New York when I was younger. I had a few fillings when I was really young, but generally my teeth have actually been pretty good. I've been actually very blessed, but I just remember this one dentist when I was in New York. I didn't actually know, but my mother did, and he was a loon. I mean, he was just crazy. He would sing. I mean, he would actually sing music when he was working on her mouth, and she actually had an issue to where he had her mouth open for so long that she wound up getting an issue with her jaw for about a month. She couldn't open her mouth, but maybe about that wide. So when you find a good dentist that you like, keep them because they are far and few between, at least in my experience. Well, I'm going to end the vlog here for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. One thing I wanted to mention real quick is if you watch my content regularly and you have not clicked that subscribe button, please go ahead and do it. It helps me out. It's going to help me out building up my subscriber base. That'll also help me in the long run with ad revenue. And then, of course, the more ad revenue I have, the more interesting videos that I can make. I'd really love to go on some adventures, maybe go on a couple of trips. And you know what? Just let me know what you guys want to see. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.